What in God's name is a guy like that doing in Margrave?
This is kind of impossible.
Major Reacher suffered severe smoke inhalation, but returned to active duty, having shrapnel remains of a jawbone removed from his abdomen.
What the hell are you doing in my town?
No driver's license, mortgage, insurance claims, no online profile at all. The only proof Jack Reacher exists is the fact that he's sitting in that.
Thinking I'm sitting across from a man who doesn't mind killing.
In an investigation, details matter.
If I can confirm you were on a Greyhound bus at that time, you're cleared. Until then, you're in a holding cell.
Zip ties?
Cuffs didn't fit him.
In badly post-mortem, no ID yet.
In 1997, crime thrillers had a new king. His name was Jack Reacher. Since then, Reacher has sold over 100 million copies, inspired 2 films, and a hit Amazon series, making him one of the most influential action heroes of our time. But were it not for an unfortunate twist of fate, Reacher might not have made it onto the page at all. Author Lee Child had never written a book before he released the first edition of Jack Reacher, Killing Floor, in March 1997.
I only started writing because I got fired from my previous job.
Just months before, he had been working in British television, where a personal failure would go on to change the track of his life.
You know, I was just sick of always feeling kind of vulnerable or powerless, and a lot of other people were at the same time, and just in normal life you do. Looking down the street and you're late at night, you're just a little worried about this other guy coming towards you or those 2 other guys on the other sidewalk. You live with that kind of nervousness and fear all the time, and I just thought, suppose you didn't, suppose you could walk down any street anywhere in the world and pretty much be guaranteed that nobody is going to mess with you.
Child wanted to craft a character who could walk into any town, solve any problem, and leave without strings attached. As he put it, an even more improbable encounter gave Reacher his name.
Every time I go in a supermarket, there's a little old lady who says, "Oh, you're a nice tall gentleman, will you reach me that cat?" So my wife sort of made a joke. She said, if the writing gig doesn't work out, you could be a Reacher in a supermarket.
And just like that, Jack Reacher was born. A major in the US Army, where he commanded a task force called the 110th Special Investigators Unit. This was who he was.
Major Jack Reacher, the 110th Military Police Special Investigations Unit.
A leader. Someone who stands up for others and brings the best of the best together.
You do not mess with the Special Investigators!
But that was his past. Now he's just a civilian trying to live life on his own terms, peacefully. Unfortunately, it never really works that well for him. Arrested and wrongfully charged for murder, our first introduction to Reacher comes with a barrel aimed at his head. Immediately, we realize he's not the average guy. 6'5", 250 pounds, ex-military. He moves across America with no possessions except a toothbrush, some money, and his grandfather's French Resistance medal. He seems unfazed by the prospect of spending years behind bars, allowing the police officers to take him in, even when he could easily have escaped. Jack Reacher operates with his own moral compass. He doesn't care about rules, only justice. To him, the accusation of murder is meaningless. He knows he didn't do it. But as we'll soon find out, he has a particular manner of dealing with those he deems to have committed evil, and God help the ones who are stupid enough to cross him. On the page, Reacher's size and strength were legendary. On the screen, they are explosive. Every fight follows the same principle. Get it done fast, get it done brutally, and never give the other guy a chance.
And you guys know what Cato said about hesitation, right? He who hesitates...
Let's break down Reacher's style and see what makes him unbeatable. Maybe the most impressive aspect of Reacher's confrontations is how he doesn't fear being outnumbered. In Season 1, Episode 2, he's confronted by a group of drunk strangers, unhappy that he has entered their hometown and believed to have brought trouble with him. As he does so often throughout the series, Reacher gives them a chance to back off. Unfortunately for them, once they refuse, it's no holds barred. Reacher doesn't hesitate, unleashing a brutal attack which lasts just 7 seconds and ends in surrender.
I know where the hospital is.
Drunks are easy. Reacher's real brutality comes out against true evil. When he encounters a woman in distress,
Sorry, I have to make another withdrawal.
Reacher realizes she and her child are being held hostage by a thief. And he doesn't play when it comes to children.
Your mom better hurry the f*** up, kid, or this is gonna go bad for both of you.
In a flash, he attacks, not giving the kidnapper a moment to realize what's happened. He grabs the gun, and just like that, it's over. Once again, we see a key principle of Reacher's style in action. Hit fast, hit hard, and finish things quickly.
Wait! Who are you?
Someone who prefers not getting involved.
But if you thought that was brutal, Reacher has a special place reserved in hell for those who take advantage of the innocent. When he realizes that a dog is out in the baking sun without water, he shows his human side, stepping in to help the dog out. A tense encounter with the neglectful owner ensues.
Can I help you?
Nope. Just giving your dog some water.
I must have knocked the bowl over because I gave him water this morning.
It's not long before Reacher returns, this time finding the dog in pain on the floor. This is the final straw.
You to stay off my property!
A short, sharp jab and it's done. Reacher has retribution, and the dog is saved. But this guy was just a civilian. Let's take a look at how Reacher deals with more professional opponents. One of Reacher's most brutal and iconic fights comes in Season 1, Episode 6, where he's pursued by a hitman hired by wealthy father and son business duo, the Kleiners. They run a massive counterfeiting operation in the town, and Reacher's arrival threatens their grip. But Reacher soon shows that even professional killers are no match for his sheer fighting ability. Even against an armed opponent, Reacher demonstrates his ingenuity, showing he's not all brawn. With a bike tire, he fends off the attacker before revealing his final, unexpected move. Without explanation, he starts fighting with his tie between his hands, but his plan soon becomes clear. In an ingenious display of quick thinking, Reacher delivers his final checkmate. The hitman faces two choices, either fall or continue being choked. Both lead to death. We've seen Reacher fight drunk locals, petty criminals, and now hired professionals. But perhaps his most iconic fight of all came early on in Season 1, in the very first episode. After his arrest, Reacher finds himself in the holding cell. Surrounded by hardened criminals serving life sentences, we quickly realize just how dangerous Reacher is. Once again, Reacher offers them an out.
If you boys knew what's about to happen to you, you'd leave now.
And then he pounces, not giving them a chance to think. One by one they drop in brutal fashion as Reacher unleashes hell. And no surprise, Reacher emerges victorious again, a heap of bodies left at his feet. Now we know just who Reacher is. The fights you've just seen aren't just action choreography. They're pulled straight from the novels that made Reacher a global phenomenon. Season 1 brought Killing Floor to life, Reacher's first wrongful arrest in Margrave, Georgia. Season 2 pulled from Bad Luck Trouble, where Reacher reunites with his old unit. And Season 3, an adaptation of Persuader, sees Reacher up against someone even bigger and stronger than himself. At first, it seems he's met his match, but as we've learned, Reacher's size and strength isn't what sets him apart.
You might be bigger and stronger, but I'm smarter.
The reason Reacher has lasted across books, films, and TV isn't just the fights. It's his philosophy, the code he lives by. For all his brutality, Reacher isn't reckless. Every punch, every broken bone follows a simple code. Protect the innocent, punish the guilty, and never let injustice slide. Reacher doesn't believe in red tape. To him, it slows down justice. So he does it his way. Fast, personal, and final. No home, no phone, no baggage. Reacher's only possession is his freedom. While others chase money or power, he isn't interested. His wealth is the ability to walk away. Despite his coldness, women are drawn to him. Maybe it's his strength, maybe it's the danger. But every relationship he has is fleeting. Reacher never stays. It's not in his nature. For Reacher, life is simple. Do what's right, walk away when it's done. And God help anyone who gets in his way. Stronger than the system, freer than anyone else. His fight's so brutal, his code is simple, and his history is still being written. What's your favorite Reacher moment? Book, film, or series? Drop it below and don't forget to subscribe so you can see what's next.